Good day and welcome back to Namibia Connects. Zimbabwe's High Commissioner to Namibia paid a visit to the manufacturing company Dinapama. Now, the Managing Director David Namalenga now joins me in the studio to tell us more about the visit. And just want to cordially invite you to the program, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, could you please start by telling us about the significance of, the Zimbabwean High Commissioner's visit to Dinapama Manufacturing, and what does this visit actually mean for Namibia and also for the NAM-Zim bilateral relations?
Okay, Surya, the purpose was really to look at what we do and how do we work together as members of the SADC region and also just as the African continent to do better in understanding our capacity and then try to see what we can do as nations to create environment that help economic growth with a mindset in mind, a growth mindset. So that's really what the visit is all about. But of course, you can also appreciate that the purpose for relationship, diplomatic and trade is really to grow the region and to grow the continent and to ensure that there are benefits between nations.
Right. I mean, you talked about economic growth. What were the main objectives discussed during the visit in terms of collaboration between the two countries?
The collaboration is really in terms of skill development, skill exchange, learning and development in terms of exchanging knowledge and also exchanging visitors. You go to Zimbabwe and you go to a particular company and learn their way of doing things. Also see what they do that what you do not have. For example, if they have raw material or supply of goods like buttons and other things that they have that we do not have, that we don't do in this country. And also learning how they do it so that we are able to do it. Yeah. Also getting experts, those that are specialized. Take note that Zimbabwe was very strong those years in the textile industry. And Dinapama had a few of them, the Zimbabwean team at the establishment. And this is key to our existence, and therefore knowledge and the relationship become key to economic development.
You talked about skills exchange, Mr. Namalenga, in terms of development between the two partners. Now, have any of your staff members actually had the opportunity to travel to Zimbabwe to learn the new skills that you're talking about?
Well, not yet.
Okay.
But we have the team from Zimbabwe that have been with us here for many years. So we started with a lot of them and they were going one by one, but we have learned a lot from them. So, and we are sure that those skills remain in Zimbabwe. They're there.
Now, can you share some of the developmental aspects where, you see the opportunity for joint projects, or partnerships with other Zimbabwean companies?
For sure, just like what I said, Zimbabwe had the capacity to produce a number of accessories that we use in completing our garment. So, and therefore, when we are able to learn from them in terms of the production capability and the pre-production capability that they have, that we do not have, we can also, replicate that from them to our side. So we can also, with the current technology that we have a couple of new machineries that of course is winning how we started. And the old skills now need to be sharpened. We usually call it sharpen the saw. So we need to sharpen that. And as we move, the lion, that being Zimbabwe of that time, there's still people that are interested and that are playing it on that side. So therefore it's important for us to see ourselves and to discover what is really what they have and what we do not have, and what we have, what they do not have, and they use it for the benefit of the region.
Now, Dinapama recently brought in professionals from South Africa I understand, to enhance production management. Are there plans to involve Zimbabwe in similar capacity building initiatives as well?
Look, Surya, we want to supply Namibia and we want to make you happy.
Right.
As the client of this country. And of course, any person, whether it's from South Africa or from Zimbabwe or anywhere in the world, who have a capacity that we need them here so that we dress you properly. So it is not about, we are speaking to Eswatini. We just had a meeting and the visit of the High Commissioner of Botswana the other week. So we are highly interested and involved in ensuring that we deal with the sector in which we operate. We want to master that, and we can only master it with the people that played it. So therefore, our people, like as we speak from South Africa, we buy a lot of machinery from South Africa, and those machinery is the one that this expert are following down here to commission them, to allow our people to learn, to understand and appreciate. However, we need more. We need to dress you. We don't want our client to complain in this country. We want to dress you. We also want to shelve in the shops that are here, and you know for a fact that most of them are from South Africa. So we need the top notch in the region. We need the top notch, and we will search them wherever they are.
You're talking about skills exchange, and I want to go back to that a little bit, Mr. Namalenga, just in terms of why is this so important? You said you want to dress us, you want Namibia to look good, but what is the bottom line in terms of revenue or even financial input from that aspect?
Well, look, we have a Africa Free Trade Zone area that we are talking about. It is really a question of saying, what is it stand for? It stands for many opportunities. How do we prepare ourselves to generate revenue? And we are talking about sustainable development. We are talking about decent work. We are talking about improving the livelihood of our people in this country. And therefore, you don't go lightly. You go strong, you go heavy to ensure that your people are capacitated and they have a capacity to generate revenue that will be able to be distributed with the employees or the workers of this country to be able to live a life that we want to see. Yes.
Right, indeed. Now, how does this visit, the latest visit now, with Dinapama's broader vision for, let's say, industrial vision and collaboration in Southern Africa? You talked about Botswana, you talked about South Africa. Are there other countries that Dinapama is also looking forward to collaborate with going forward?
Surya, in the past, we have been dealing with countries. We have a lot of ambassadors that came through here. We are dealing with countries like Indonesia, we are dealing with Taiwan, we are dealing with India to search for fabrics. So we went out there to look for this so that we are able to provide a solution to our people. So therefore, Africa, we will conquer, we will speak to each other. Our head of state, you have heard them at the United Nations when they're saying we need the Africa that stands by itself. So who is giving impetus to the statement that are being made? They are purposefully made, and we are the citizens here to ensure that we act and impact the livelihood of our people, and it's within Africa. So why should we go to Tikat in Japan while we can still meet in Lusaka?
And it definitely goes back to the growth at home strategy that you mentioned at the beginning of the interview.
Yeah. Growth of home at home must move away from only home that means Namibia. Growth at home must be a continental language that we grow. But charity start home. You must have wings. We appeal to you as citizens here to say, how do you strengthen our wing to be able to fly? But we continue saying to be strong. We must get the skills, we must get the knowledge, we must get the exposure, and we must get this collaborative relationship that will enable us. If you say, Cameroon, for example, said, I need this kind of order. We, together with the people in Zimbabwe or South Africa or Botswana or Eswatini, join up and push this kind of work and supply them, as opposed to the supply that we get on the other part of the world.
Let's just talk a little bit about, could you just describe how strengthening regional collaboration, like you say, benefits the Namibian manufacturing sector, specifically the manufacturing sector, because that's where Dinapama operates, and also the broader economy as a whole?
Well, what I'm simply saying is that capacity take us to industrialization. You cannot move without the skills. You cannot move without raw material. We are in what is called a secondary industry. But what is that what must push the primary industry? So meaning, how do we grow at the secondary industry to push down to ensure that primary industry also comes through, meaning we are able to produce our own fabric thereafter. So in that alone will create a strength in the continent, will strengthen in the region. So that's key. And it's only when this demand is up here that we are able to activate the cotton plantation and the weaving and many other things that will add big value to this particular industry and this sector that we are referring to.
Indeed. So now, what are the next steps following the High Commissioner's visit to ensure collaborative efforts that translate into tangible, real results?
Zuria, when I was just here, I was receiving messages from the High Commissioner of Botswana to say who are our people who are going to engage their trade promotional officers at the embassy, so that we start getting the ball rolling. So we are going to Zimbabwe, we are going to Botswana, we are going. Botswanas are coming, we are talking, we'll physically look at things and act on things. So it's really a step moving. We are moving. You will find us in the street of Harare, my dear. Yes.
Moving forward fast indeed, by the sounds of it, Mr. Namalenga. Now, lastly, just to close off the interview, how can the public and other businesses support and engage with these collaborative efforts that you've been talking about between Namibia and Zimbabwe?
First, we need to understand that the world is what it is by the people. And us, the African people, must start stopping and looking at ourselves without going anywhere to say, how do we, you must first say, what will you bring on the table, you, before the other person? So what will we bring, what must we bring on the table? Ideas, collaborations, suggestions, machinery, opportunities that we have, that we are giving away. So let us just deal with this opportunity that we give away. We deal with this opportunity. We translate this into actionable things. And then all of us will be beneficiaries. But we need to understand that we need to remove a selfish mind. Yeah. We need to understand that the world is for the people, and we are the people. Africa is ours, and not for one single person. We cannot try to do it in a myopic manner. We need to open up. We need to ensure that other people, other countries, other nations participate.
Right.
Yes.
Mr. Namalenga, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for